SJC-12526, Ricardo Michael Barbosa v. Commonwealth.
Good morning, Mr. Barbosa. Excuse my voice, but you have 10 minutes and you may proceed. And make sure your voice is lifted so we can hear you.
Yes, sir.
You should begin, sir.
Good morning, honorable justices of the quorum. Thank you for this opportunity to speak to you on behalf of this case that's been prolonging since 2003. I pled guilty to it in 2005. When I pled guilty, I immediately contacted my private attorney to withdraw my guilty plea. Now it's been 16 years since this case came about, and it's a statutory crime. However, I realized that during this 16-year tenure that under Commonwealth versus Zinsser, that my plea colloquy wasn't sufficient. The factual basis and the punishments that I've endured, I suffered about 5 incarcerations, plus they put me under the lifetime law. Despite that, in 2005, Commonwealth versus Pagan was in effect, and then you held that Commonwealth versus Cole. The lifetime was unconstitutional. Yet under Commonwealth versus Zinsser, I realized that because of my mental illness and because of what was transpiring during the alleged incident, that the Commonwealth, they waived the issue when both appeals were consolidated. And if you look on the lower court's docket, the case was transferred from Suffolk to Norfolk. And when my Norfolk appellate attorney, Theodore Reardon, presented the case to the appeals court, he didn't address the Suffolk issue, the Suffolk appeal. And so that appeal was waived by the Suffolk department. The Norfolk appeals court ruled on the Norfolk issue, but they still didn't address the 2005 plea colloquy. So I've been attacking it since 2005 when I pled guilty to this crime. I should never have pled guilty. I would never have plead guilty now, knowing what I do under this habitual criminal law. And I believe that ultimately I was systematically entrapped. I was entrapped because I wasn't given a warning to be sentenced enhancement. And I know that's not a good issue, but had I known in 2005 what I know now, I would never have pled guilty. Despite that, I took responsibility for this case as a man because I feel that I wholeheartedly was wrong. I now wish to retract and I wish to reopen this case because of everything that's transpired. The 2005 incarceration, 2007 incarceration, 2010 incarceration, and then the 2012 lifetime incarceration, and then again in 2013 incarceration for this docket here that occurred in Boston in August 29, 2003. So that's basically it. Under Commonwealth versus Zinsser is what I stand upon, and I wish that I can get an opportunity to go back to the Superior Court and go back to trial in this matter.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Armstrong, you wish to be heard.
Mr. Chief Justice, good morning. May it please the court, Houston Armstrong, on behalf of the Commonwealth. If the court has any questions, I'm happy to address those.
Am I correct that he has a pending appeal?
Yes, I believe so. I believe that's on the Norfolk, stemming from the Norfolk case.
Okay, if there are no questions, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Barbosa, thank you. We'll take it under advisement.